Scarcely a day goes by without someone asking me this question, so I'm finally making a video about it. What book should you pick up if you're new to the Axis Soviet Front, aka the Eastern Front of World War II? Well, I'm going to recommend 3 books to start off with, in the order that you should read them in, and then we'll talk about what to do beyond that. The first book you should pick up is Richard Overy's Russia's War. This is short, sharp and sweet, a perfect introduction to the Eastern Front. The only major downside to this book is the title. It's not Russia's War, it's the Soviet Union's War, although he does refer to the Soviet peoples throughout the text, so maybe it's the publisher's fault. Either way, this title is a mistake. Unless you're talking about individuals, it's best to call the Soviet peoples Soviets, not Russians, because the Soviet peoples were also Cossacks, Ukrainians, Siberians, Georgians, and so on. So, apart from the title, a great book, and should be first on your list. The second book you should read is Ostkrieg, Hitler's War of Extermination in the East, by Fritz. The reason I'm recommending this is because it's a narrative story. It explains Hitler's goals in the East. This was a war for living space, resources, oil and food, and that it was a war of annihilation. Some people have the impression that the lovely German army had a nice little stroll eastwards and did nothing wrong. This book will show you the brutal and harsh reality. Murder, pillage, death, starvation, execution. This was not a nice war, and Ostkrieg is recommended reading because the last thing anybody wants is you to come away without the knowledge of just how terrible this war was for all sides. Germans, Axis and Soviet. Definitely the second book you should pick up. The third book you should pick up is When Titans Clashed. The reason I'm recommending this is because if you want to know something about the Axis-Soviet front of the Second World War, you go to David Glantz. He is the god of the Axis-Soviet front of the Second World War. He and his co-author Jonathan House are putting the old histories to shame. You've had the overview with Overy, you've had a bit more detail with Fritz, but now you're getting into the depths of this. Army groups, armies, corps and divisions, numbers and statistics, strategy, operational and tactical movements. You may not want to read this book from cover to cover because it's quite heavy, but it is a fantastic reference that everyone should have. Every time I'm looking into a new battle or campaign for one of my videos, the first thing I do is pick up this book and ask, what did Glantz say? If you want to know about a battle on the Axis-Soviet front of World War II, forget Wikipedia, take a glance at it. Beyond these 3 books, I'm going to list a bunch of other books that I do recommend you pick up once you've digested the first 3 books I mentioned. This list will be in the pinned comment of the comment section below, not the description because there's a 500 character word limit. In the pinned comment, I'll also list a bunch of links to my other videos on the Axis-Soviet front, which you might want to sink your teeth into, so be sure to check them out. My patrons are awesome. They are the ones who bought me most of these books, allowing these videos to be possible. So thank you guys. And as always, thank you for watching. Bye for now.